through a fair bit of SafeStart now.
Yeah.
I mean, basic course, a lot of the advanced course. Do you think it's helped you to prevent injuries?
It has actually. I've actually noticed it quite a bit, especially when I'm driving to and from training camps or something like that, where I have to make sure that my eyes and mind are on task constantly on those long drives, or when I'm going into a town to make sure just that I'm not on the highway anymore, that I'd have to be constantly looking out for pedestrians and things like that. I've just noticed just small little things that have actually could have potentially, saved my car or someone's life or something like that.
Wow, okay. So you're in Unit 5 SafeStart, almost done Unit
Yep.
5. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. Learned a lot, and definitely sticks in your mind, and you can figure stuff out. Like at work, a lot more careful when I'm like getting onto the lawnmowers and stuff.
Right on. Yeah. Do you think it's helped to prevent injuries?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Would you recommend SafeStart for other
I would
athletes?
recommend it, yeah. I think that the stuff you learn in it is valuable for like sport and just normal life, like work, like just any environment.
Would you recommend it for other
Yeah,
kids?
I really like the program. I find it useful.
Right on. What would you recommend it just for athletes, Mason, or for non-athletes, or both?
I'd recommend it for anyone who's interested in keeping themselves and other people and others safe.
Would you recommend SafeStart for other athletes?
Yeah, for sure. Cause like it kind of just like opens your mind up to like, cause usually you just don't even think about the risk. I find when you're skiing and stuff, you just kind of send it, but it opens your mind up to like just the risks that are there, and it makes you think about them a little bit more, I find.
Would you recommend SafeStart to other athletes?
To other athletes, yeah, for sure. It helps helps a lot in skiing. I know I've talked to some of my teammates about it, and they've also noticed that it helps things, not even with the safety aspect of skiing, but just generally remembering all your stuff, making sure that you don't forget things that are really important, like passes or something like that. But even with training, making sure that you identify if you're tired or something, or if you're doing the same thing over and over again, not to get too complacent and to make sure that you're still thinking about what you're doing.
Would you recommend SafeStart for other athletes?
Absolutely. It's definitely helped me through the last couple of years here, just taking the time to consider what I'm doing, slow down, just not get frustrated with like screwing up a trick a bunch of times, and just...
Okay, so help for the sport and, obviously for the non-sport stuff too?
Yeah, just driving anything, it's a good way to live your life and not get hurt.
Part of the question I'm asking is when are you most likely to mess up? Is when you're doing something new that's hard, or when you're doing something that you think is kind of easy routine?
Definitely the easy routine. Well, like obviously the trick that's hard that you're trying to learn is gonna be hard, but like the trick, you're so focused on the new trick that you're not so likely to mess up or seriously hurt yourself as to when you're not actually thinking about what you're doing and you're just doing it on like that.
Do you think SafeStart has helped you to prevent injury?
Yeah, for sure, especially when it comes to driving. Often when I get in my car, I take a minute to think about critical errors that could happen. And
Wow, right on, okay. Now the advanced course, you took some of the advanced course as well, right?
Yeah.
With Jeremy. So if I was to ask you, after taking the advanced course, do you have more of a respect for complacency than before?
yeah, for sure, it was definitely more relatable and more relatable to real life situations than the broad first few courses that we took.
Right. Complacency makes you think.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot more out of the EAU units than the beginning. When we started the EAU units, that's when I really started to kind of really see what this course was really all about, and how that I really can relate it to sport, not just everyday life.
Do you drive a car?
Sometimes, just got man, yeah.
Okay, so, but have you sort of even noticed, sort of SafeStart stuff?
Yeah.
Driving?
Like a few times I'll be driving and it's like a long drive and kind of just like wandering off, and I'm like, no, gotta keep looking at the road and aware of everything else that's around me.
What percentage of the risk in your life do you think SafeStart could help with versus what percentage it wouldn't help with?
Oh, I'd say it helps in probably like 90% of.
85%.
Like 80-20,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's not a lot that SafeStart wouldn't help with other than like trying new things, experimenting. Probably pretty big percent SafeStart would help with. I think maybe 85, 90, around there.
And just anything, I mean, anything you'd say, like to kids out there in high school about SafeStart?
If you go into it with a good attitude and pay attention and actually try, it's a lot more beneficial versus being too cool for anything and getting hurt.